Who's responsible for those numbers?
They are.
They are.
They are, absolutely. Everybody has their number. They need to put it in their scorecard.
Okay. So, are there any numbers you put in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've lost a couple of our sales director and our BDM over the last few months, so I've taken over their numbers.
Okay.
So we have how many people were on our website, what was the active time for us, engagement and all that stuff, and what was the lead conversion, and then the appointment conversion on that versus the show ratio.
One thing that we do as well, we've employed Crystal and I have not known it, but we have used the same company. We all pull lots of different reports, and then we try to compile them. I have a source, and she does as well. I have them go out every Friday night and pull all the reports, and then they upload them to a dashboard. So Monday or Saturday morning when I go into my office, I have all my numbers are there for the week, and then they pull at the end of the month. So I get my automated Friday report numbers that happen. It's not based on somebody's input, whether those numbers are right or wrong. It's downloaded from our DMS, and then I get a sales dashboard, a collection dashboard, and a charge-off dashboard. So therefore I can see my early returns versus break even, so that I can see those numbers. I can see my collection efficiency numbers, and I'm pretty much knowing what sales numbers are, since that's kind of where I lean to. But that happens without human interaction, and allows for fewer errors that way.
Interesting. Who would not trust your employees to enter their own numbers into a spreadsheet? I see one hand. Okay. John, how do you get away with that?
Trust but verify.
You live in Utah? Everyone's
No,
trustworthy?
everybody's honest. I mean, we're all Mormon over there, so no. No, it's a trust but verify. So the department head will verify their numbers. He actually knows their numbers, so when they're going through their scorecard, if they're wrong, they will correct them. He'll call them out.
Also, I think it's important so I do use an external company to build dashboards, but it's also important for the employees to own their numbers, right? And key those into the scorecard. We've seen significant improvements with some of our leadership and even some of our middle managers of having to send a daily text or put something in a scorecard. It forces ownership, right? And I've not found where they weren't keying them in correctly. And to be perfectly honest, if they aren't, they're not the right employee. So I would solve that problem before I would change my process of having accountability for the scorecard.
Okay.
And
Trust but verify.
It's a training issue.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if they're implementing it wrong, it's a training issue.
Right.
Yep.
It probably is, because they're pulling some sort of report that they don't fully understand, or they're maybe putting the criteria wrong, and they've been entering or thought that's the way they were supposed to be doing it this whole time. So I think there's a lot to be understood or appreciated about the ownership of the number, right? Even when we set goals and we set these benchmarks for salesmen or collectors or mechanics or efficiency, are we doing that with the employee, or their managers doing it with them and setting that expectation of where they need to be, and now they're bought into that goal, right? And then they're reporting back and having some accountability.
So we use Google Sheets where everybody goes and from wherever they're at. So then that way they just automatically input their numbers instead of emailing it to me, and then I have to go add them in. They put them all in their numbers. I go in on Saturday mornings, and then everything's there. And then I do verify as well. So.
Yeah. Any other tools you guys are using for that purpose? Tracking, distributing?
Bloom Growth is the app that we use for the EOS software. And it has an organizational chart. You can put in as many meetings as you want. They do charge per member. So my sales team is 1 member. My collection team is 1 member. So everybody doesn't
Need their own login?
They don't need their own login.
And
the
we
lot
use
tech
90.
doesn't need a login.
We use 90.io.
Okay, that's another EOS
Yes.
branch
And then
off.
we use Power BI, which is super beneficial. We're doing that through auto analytics.
What is that?
It's what you create a data lake with all of your data out of your DMS, and then there's scripts written to upload it into Power BI. So it gives you pretty dashboards.
Sorry, give that to me in Yankee English. You said what?
So you basically can export.
What was the name of the company?
Power BI.
Power
AI?
BI.
BI.
It's a Microsoft.
It's
me?
Microsoft.
Okay.
It's a Microsoft.
Sorry about the accent.
Says the Asheville.
Speak slow.
You
I know.
think I would
You're
figure
talking
this
to Jeff.
out?
I was waiting for that.
No habla
it took you a
español.
little while.
Okay. So did you guys catch the name of that? So if you're interested, of course.